Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer, and in today's off-page SEO video, I'd like to share with you a way that you can get some SEO backlinks. More so, I'd like to share with you an off-page SEO backlinks list. We'll go through a couple. I do these every so often where I'll dig in my old files and I'll find another list and I'll share it with you. So today we're going to be going through a list that I have that is do follow, and let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So let's jump on this list. Let me see exactly where my head is and where this is. Okay, let's bring this over here. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. We'll start with this one here. What I will do is underneath the second comment, I'll take this list and I'll just put it in there. Actually, I'll put it in the comment section. That way you have it and there's no other questions. So let's get out of here. And I'm going to share a couple of these with you. And then again, I'll leave it in the link below inside of the comment section. Not the first comment, but it'll be within the comments. All right. So that'll be one that we go to. Let's go to another one here. Really, I'm just going to get to a couple minutes. I'll answer some questions if anybody has any. But the objective of this video is to share some links that I have. All right. I want to say that a lot of these will be forum type links. But if I remember correctly, a lot of these will be relatively higher strength. So here's a DA29, not so good. Let's go down the list, but I have a bunch of them for you. I think that I'm going to give all forum is what I'm going to aim for today. Generally, I don't do forums, but I do think that as a pillow link, if that's how you want to look at it, or maybe diversifying, or maybe you're trying to send some type of links to maybe a Web 2 property, or maybe you want to send some links to a guest post you bought. Whatever the case is, it's always good to have a couple extra links. Do follow links. You can send them around. I remember when I did this list here, I was particularly looking, I forget the footprint that I used. But I was looking for a particular type, and if you'll see the same type, I don't know if this is, like BB Post or, when you're scraping for links, utilizing, Scrapebox is generally what I was using when I was doing this type of stuff. And I'm just going through a couple of these. I'm going to probably give you 20 of them, 15 of them, depending on what I see here. Maybe I'll give some more because I have a massive list here. And I like to section them off, well, for one, so I can make more videos. More people can see me, and the backlink videos will get more spread, but really that'll lead other people to the good content, learning SEO, this stuff, because links are cool, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm giving you these, but look, I was sending these to an interior page. Here's one right here. This one's actually mine, a 2%. As you can see, the ones that I chose to leave on, it's a DA31. It's a do follow. I should be a do follow. Let me double check. Yeah, do follow DA31 right here to an internal page. You see? So yeah, these are all set up. So there's one right there. You caught me. But of course, I don't see why not to give these out here. So yeah, if you have any brief questions here, we are going through these. I will be more than happy to give them to you. I'll give you the link list. That way you'll have them. You'll see that a lot of these I may have even already built on with and probably an interior page of my site, not to the home page. That way, if there's any issue on an internal page, I can always take it down. Remember, if you are building links and there's any type of issue, it's a page by page basis. All right, so don't ever be afraid to build links. but just be cautious of where you're sending them to. That link there is toasted. All right, so I think we would have got at least enough time. I try to make these at least 6 minutes. I like to share a couple of them within the list. Usually I like to keep sharing until I find a really good one, and then I'll end the video. So that way I know that, hey, I shared at least one very good one. A lot of these should be forums, because when I section these off in lists, and the forum list that I have is probably 20,000 long, maybe longer. I used to literally go out. I would wake up early in the morning. I would make it part of my day. Like, I would go out trying to find new links, because 2-3 years ago, when I was on, like, say, Fiverr and Upwork, and we had multiple accounts, like, that was one of our main sources of being able to generate an income. Here's another one that I just did. This must be a good one. DA27. A lot of these are probably along the same lines. Also, too, I always go out into foreign markets. So if you're trying to find links, it's like almost the foreign markets are a couple years behind. They have relatively good, there's more of them. A lot of these are Chinese, I'm seeing. So these were sectioned off in a particular part. Sometimes I'll have German ones. Sometimes I'll have Polish. United States too. I must have gave you a list that I just got. That's probably why it was on top. So I'm glad that I could share these with you today. I hope that you can find some benefit. So far, I think the highest that we've had was a 34. But I think I have about 30 of them, 20 of them that I'm willing to give today. 20